this, right?
No, there shouldn't be.
Okay. So let's do a little bit of thinking about your bot lane matchup, right? Leona is one that wants to go in every single time. And if you
Mm-hmm.
go in on her, uh, what opportunities should you be looking for?
When she's going up to take a CS,
Okay.
when Thresh is out of position, or like where Thresh is can't get the Sivir,
Okay,
because
and
I'm
and
tanky enough
why
to.
why is that? Why is Thresh matter in this scenario?
Because, well, the way I see it or thought of it was if Thresh can, if Thresh locks down the Sivir,
Hmm.
then they can just go on her.
Okay.
So, but
Well,
if
there's
he goes
there's a
on,
there's a better answer here, and that's and you're right, by the way. I just want you to think about this differently, right? So mechanically, Thresh's Flay stops your E,
Mhm.
right? So
Daddy, I beat Roy.
okay, great, Max. I need you to go sit down and play your game, okay?
And I got cursed.
So Thresh's E cancels your E and puts you out of
Mhm.
position and makes you slow and you don't get your engage off, right? So if you're gonna go in on their ADC, who's here, you got to make sure Thresh isn't here or in this range so he can flay you off,
Okay,
right? Does that make sense?
yeah, makes sense.
Okay. That being said, I wouldn't really worry about Thresh into Sivir because Sivir has Spell Shield after
Mhm.
level 2, 3, depending on when she decides to take it. Um, so it's very hard for them to counter engage on your Sivir, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Okay. Unique thing to Shaco,
Daddy,
you don't need to leash at all.
Daddy, I need to tell you something.
Max, I need you to sit down and be quiet, bud.
This is the
You want to
last
take care of
Koopa
that
until we
before.
get to Bowser.
Okay, that's great, Max. I need you to sit down though and be quiet, okay? I'm recording a video, buddy. I need you to be quiet. Shh. Okay? All right. So, I'm not mad. It's cool. So, let's talk about this for a second. I want to back it up.
Yep.
Okay, so you're going to come to lane early because you leashed much faster than they're going to be able to leash, right? Your
Mhm.
Sivir starts pushing the wave. This is both good and bad. Tell me why.
It's good because we get level two first. It's bad because we're gonna be closer to the tower, so we have less room to chase and fight.
Perfect. Good answer. Now, because she cleared this, if she doesn't clear it so fast that these minions bounce the tower, you're going to end up
Mm-hmm.
right here, roughly. I'm saying like
Mm-hmm.
right about there. Okay?
Hell yeah.
So with Leona, you have a go for broke level 2 that's real strong. And
Mm-hmm.
if she's ready, that's an easy kill. So when is your level 2? When do you get level 2?
Third melee minion on the second wave.
Very good. What happens if you miss one of the melee minions?
Then isn't it this? If if I miss the one melee minion, there'll be the second caster after the melees die.
Very good. Okay. That is a super critical point in every game that you need to be ready to smash on, right? I don't mean
Mm-hmm.
just follow up, I mean like hard fucking smash. Interesting. I don't want this. Okay. Hard smash. Because, like, what I see is people go, I'm going to kill this one, this one, this one, and then I'm going to be back here right when they all three die. And they're going to
Mm-hmm.
be over here. That's no good because you're not in engage range when that minion dies, right? So I'm going to watch that whenever we get there and, hey, I hope you did it right. So let's see. Okay, so right there, I would have saved that proc because
Mm-hmm.
you've already got, unless you're trying to get it all the way into tower, and realistically you're too late because this is the minion wave coming in right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't, this won't make it to tower before that next wave arrives, right?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, save that stack to heal in case she gets traded on, right? Because MF is a big time minion bounce trader, and it may
Mm-hmm.
be really good to get that heal back. Plus, in the second wave, you can rush level 2 all the faster when you help him assassinate the melees, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I normally use the one on the first wave, so then it's up by the time the cannon minion gets
right,
there.
right. Okay. Your ADC screwed this up, right? But if I back this up, I'll show you what I mean whenever I was talking about earlier. Okay? So boom, we've hit that. We've hit this. And it looks like they're taking a real passive approach, right? But this minion's about to die. This minion should die soon. You should walk down, auto this minion once, and then run straight at them. Maybe even duck in the bush and run straight at them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your Sivir should auto this to death, cheat forward, auto this to death after your auto, and then go straight at them, right?
Yep.
So I'm putting A here for auto. So right here, hits it, you hit that auto, but then you fade it back. Keep in mind, the second this minion dies, you want to be within that far of misfortune, right? And even if she level 1 trades on you, that is perfectly fine, right? Because you'll take the damage, you'll go doop, and then you can just, boom, all in the shit out of her. So, here we go. And see, this is where your ADC screws up, is it hits that back one instead of trying to kill this one as fast as possible. So, like, realistically, you need to be double pinging that minion. Alright. And you knew the minion was about to die, and you went this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, you missed your E range by about that much, right? If you'd been walking at her, like, right as it was going to die, leveled up the ability and through, I think you would have got her. Right? You may not have killed her, 'cause she's pretty close to turret, but you would have definitely put on some heat. Okay, that was fine. I just want to check something. Okay. So remember that moment that we talked about where she has to be away from Thresh?
Mm-hmm.
You could have walked down here. She's a full flash away from Thresh. And if you engage from this direction or this direction, you'll end up here or here. And you're going to be right on the edge of tower, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you can do a trade engage, and Sivir has a clear boomerang blade path. That may actually work. Right there. See as you stepped up to fire from right here, and you were right
Yeah.
here, you were within range. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
And that was like, that was the opportunity that we were talking about. Right there again, she stepped up out of position to hit that. There, now. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay, so right here, she throws that, they rush at her. Okay, all you have to do at this point, she's walking this way, he's walking this way. You can walk right into here
Mm-hmm.
and make her do something, make her commit, right? You don't need to fire that gap closer because here's the thing. Let's say that you E at her and then she flashes, right? Then you're thinking to yourself, "Oh, sweet, good then. I got a flash." Right? But if you just walk at her and she's like, "Oh crap," and then she flashes to here and then you E on to there, you've just gap closed her flash.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Like force her, and this is super important in jungle ganks, right? But force her to react to you and then do something, right?
Daddy,
Like then throw your gap
Daddy,
closer, but
I'm
try to hold it until they commit to a course of
Mm-hmm.
action.
want a drink.
I'll give you the rest of it whenever I get it a little bit lower, buddy. Okay. What are you doing back here?
Don't know.
It's like you're definitely not even within 2 engage ranges. You're putting no pressure. They can step forward and CS all they want. It's just you giving up free space, right? So like you've got to think of the bot lane like this. This is the area that you control right now because that's where your area of influence kind of is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is the area that they control. That's their area of influence. This little sliver right here in the middle is contested ground, right? If you move forward this way, this sliver gets pushed, especially if they don't retaliate. Like if they
Mm-hmm.
don't throw an ability at you, or they don't auto you, or they don't do something to punish you for entering into the yellow area, you can push this yellow area where the red just disappears, right? The goal is to make this whole thing blue, or like up to here, like make this blue. And then if you're
Okay.
way stronger than them, I'm going to delete this. If you're way stronger than them, you can stand here, and now this is all blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of the concept of creating like lane pressure, right? So if I'm going to CS, I have to walk into the blue to hit this. And if I do that, I'm going to take damage. So then my choices are I stay back here where it's safe and I don't CS, or I go in for a trade that I don't want to take in order to CS, right? You punish people with your presence. If you were standing in this bush, I mean, keep in mind, Sivir needs to move down or move down, right? Probably this way, move down this way, because she's not within range to do anything. But you definitely don't need to be standing behind your ADC ever with Leona, if that makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because remember, bot lane, I drew a line. Well, I'm going to try that again. I drew a line on the side wall. You should always be perpendicular on the same axis as your ADC. And you are not. Or you
Okay.
should be near the same axis. This is fairly close, right? I've seen far worse. Seen people back here or like up here, right? This is 1v2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So be careful. Anyway, here we go. Dude, your Sivir's got some nuts. Okay, let's back it up here. He has 2 flashes from his ADC. Do you see that? Hello? You see that? I can't hear you if you're talking right now.
No, my internet cut out for a bit.
Oh,
And
okay,
once
cool.
you started drawing, it's just I heard nothing.
Okay, great. So he is Thresh is woefully out of position. He has 2 flashes from his ADC, right?
Uh huh.
Why are you two not punishing this? You need to be moving forward. If he's moving this way and she's moving this way, go claim that space. He can't hold it by himself, right? If you all in on him right now, you'll get an excellent trade and strengthen your position. See, like your ADC, recognize that. Walk down. I'm going to change back the color here. Walk down here and autoed him once on his way out the bush, and you went back like he was going to kill you, right? Even if he hooks you and flays you and all that right here, right? What's going to happen?
I'm just gonna turn on him and we're gonna get him.
Yeah. Like, she can't follow up with damage. She's too far away, right? So if there's no damage coming through, he's no threat to you. You, on the other hand, are a threat to him. Have you ever done the like area of influence thing for you? Do you understand what I mean by that?
Can you go over it?
Yeah, sure. So like if you think about Sivir, right? Her auto attack is about yay far, right? And then her Q probably goes to about right here, right? The boomerang blade goes to about right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then she can bounce her stuff to minions, and that would be hard to draw, so I'm gonna skip that, right? But let's say this is Sivir's, her abilities, right? So her area of influence, if I took Sivir and she's the center point, and I drew a circle around her, it would look, well, that's horrible. Um, look something like that, and then for her
Okay.
Q damage, it would look like that, right? And so this
Okay.
is Q, and this is auto.
Uh huh.
So in this area, Sivir is hyper dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
In this area, Sivir is pretty dangerous, right? But she can influence stuff within this circle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I took Sivir's circles, and I'm going to draw them smaller just for the sake of better picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let's say it's like this and like this. And then I took you and I drew your circle, right? Leona's E, well, that's, again, this is smaller for the sake of whatever, but let's say
Yeah, I
that's
get it.
your E range, right? Your autos are like that, but whatever. Let's say
Yeah.
this is your E range. Anytime that someone is in this little overlap point, they need to be in a lot of pain. And your goal is to put somebody into this overlap point so you can smash them, right? So if you shift down to here, your overlap points, like your range looks like that. Your overlap point shifts closer to the enemy, which is what you want. and then she can move a little bit more forward because you've provided her cover and you've provided her space,
Mhm.
right? So yeah, what you're trying to do is get to here and to here, so then your overlap points. Well, that didn't work. So your overlap points would be something like that, right? But keep in mind, if you make an engagement here and she steps in, then she's moving her overlap point on top of yours.
I need a star.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So like you want to deposit that Venn diagram right on top of them.
Okay.
Just what I need.
All right. So you keep cheating in and then running back. Like you could just stand literally right here. And by the way, the rule of the bush is that overlap point, you know how I drew the circle around you?
Yeah, it's once I'm in the bush, if I
It,
don't have vision, it becomes the whole bush.
right, because you could be
Majority.
here, you could be here, and it creates a potential question mark of
Mhm.
like, well, what is her range? Where's she at, right? So, anywho, you can stand literally right here. There's a minion between you and Thresh. Even if he tries to throw the hook, you're in no danger here. And you provide maximum pressure. But cheating back, you're actually letting your ADC frontline right now, and that's real bad. As Leona anyway.
3, 2, 1, go. Dad, can you help me at this nabbit catching here?
No, I can't, dude.
Why? It's the hardest level. I can't beat. See,
Uh,
it's this
you
level.
can catch him. Get
Like,
that. You
like,
got a star, man. Get that nabbit.
well, Daddy, I can't do it on this one because remember those wobbly
Why
things?
aren't you?
They'll mess me up.
Yeah, just tag him. Tag him right now. Okay. Let's back this up. So, Misfortune has no mana. Granted, she's an auto attack champion, but she's not as
And
much of a
that's
threat right
stuff.
now.
What is that?
So, like, right here,
Yes, it's a
Thresh walked
pea.
up, and you started to commit. And you went down here,
Yeah,
and then you kind of went
yeah.
this way, and then kind of fluttered. Like here, I'll back it up a couple seconds. You can see what I'm talking about. Like you went, nah. So here, bounce there. He comes in. You're cheating back and forth, and then you go up here. You've got to like. I want you to play bot lane. You ever play musical chairs as a kid?
Yeah.
I play
You,
musical.
you, you know how when you play musical chairs, you're like,
Daddy, I play musical chairs.
I know, buddy, you'd probably be great at this. So whenever you play musical chairs, you're always like mentally ready to go in at any moment to try to get that chair. Like once the music stops, I'm all over it, right? Like you're sitting, you're
Mhm.
literally. I mean, your objective is to try to sit on the edge of your seat, right?
Try to sim
Play
seat.
play lane like that, right? Always be ready to like be right there, ready to go in on them,
Mhm.
right? And then these kind of things won't pass because like they walked into your space and just took it for themselves. Like literally just walked in and took it. And she's not even doing anything. You see what I'm saying? Like she didn't have any mana. She's not really auto attacking anybody, but you just let him take that space without punishing him for it. And like right here, he like he's gonna throw a hook at you. There it is. Now you're walking away, and he steps forward. Now he's pulled you into auto range. You can Q stun him from here.
Dad, can you help me?
And that at least trades back some damage. You're taking a bunch of damage. Turn on your W to mitigate that damage. It'll also add explosion damage onto Thresh. And if it does well enough, like your ADC follows in and throws a Q while he's stunned or an auto attack, you can throw the E and put Ignite on him. And you may kill him here. He may actually die from that. You'll probably die, but he probably will too. Keep in mind you have Flash, so you may be able to escape anyway. I don't know. But like right there, you just let him use all of his abilities and auto attack you like 3 times, and you returned no damage. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like you'll never win a lane given free trades like that. Okay. Did you see like Thresh's health here?
Mm-hmm.
What happens? How much damage do you think this does?
I think it was like 65 or something.
Okay, how much does this do?
120, I want to say.
You said 121?
120.
Okay. How much does that do?
10.
Okay.
Plus
10 in
physical
additional
damage.
to your autos.
Yeah.
Your auto does 70, so this does 80. So that's 80, 75, 120 is 270, and you also are going to get a couple of auto attacks off there. And all that is in the span of about 2.5 seconds. And none of that counts your daybreak procs,
Mm-hmm.
right? Right here, like if we look at Misfortune, I'm going to move this out of the way. But if we look at Misfortune's health or Thresh's health, it doesn't really matter. There you go. There you go. That's exactly what I was talking about. Now, if you had done that here,
Sooner.
and see, he's just dead. And daybreak. Bonk. Double kill. Why didn't you do that back there?
Mamma mia.
Yeah, like right here.
Mm-hmm.
You could have, and I mean, nothing would have changed. You still would have won. You know what I mean? It just looked like you were, I don't know, lack of a better word, like you were scared to fight.
I think it, because I recorded this the 19th. I think it was, I was, because Sivir was at low health. I was
Mm-hmm.
scared to engage, thinking they'll just go on her.
Right.
I think that was my thought process.
But I mean, here's the question is, how are they gonna go on her when Thresh had just used all of his abilities on you and MF had no mana? Because, like, right now, you're playing like I wanted you to play a while ago. Like, you were using your W to take damage. That's good. Give him that boom damage. You're still okay. Just keep. Oh, no. She needs to kite backwards. She kills all 3. She did it anyway, but. Oh! Yeah, she gave up on that too. Oh! She got it. She gave up on that too quick. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's dissect that. So, here's the golden rule of bot lane. You both can't run at the same time. Okay? So you go in. This is great. Hit him. Stun him. Hit him. Hit him. Hit him. Boom. Oh, here comes Kha'Zix. Not a big deal. You're doing really well right now. But If they go in on her, you need to be doing damage to whatever your target of availability is. So let's do this. You do. You did it on Kha'Zix. You did it again on Kha'Zix. That's good. She shouldn't have flashed there. She should have kept auto attacking behind you, because Kha'Zix has already used his gap closer, and Thrush has already used his hook. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So remember, Thrush's area of influence looks like this. Hook rate. Well, that's a long hook, but hook range, right? Kha'Zix is leap range and little spittle attack range with his needles, right? Okay, if this is gone, then his range drops to this. And if you're standing here, his range actually drops to this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If Thrush has no hook, because he doesn't, she has already been hit by it. His is just the range of his auto attacks and flay. If she stays right here and just does damage, they can't hit her. The only thing is Misfortune could bounce a Q and
Yep.
hit her there, so she needs to be this way. But anyway, that's me being really nitpicky. This is a good play. That's real nice. But yeah, so you guys played that pretty well.
Dad, I need help.
Buddy, you just need to play and practice. That's how you get better. If you can't beat it, keep trying.
Well, I already beat the level, but Dad,
I don't know that I would do this because you're not doing a whole lot of good here. He can get the dragon by himself. He didn't really need you because he has the whole box mechanic,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I mean, if he's good at Shaco, he can. But it's just throwing you out of sync with your ADC, who's going to come back with items, and you're not. Like, because you're going to have to go back and get more mana, get more health, get more everything, get items, and then get all the way back to lane before you're of use again. Granted, you did get the mountain drake, but yeah, I think you would have probably gotten it anyway. Either that or he would have gotten smashed by Kha'Zix, one of the two. I probably would have
Quick pause
taken.
here for a second. I just have one question about items.
Mm-hmm.
So normally I don't go finish my support item right away.
Mm-hmm.
Normally I get it to tier 2 and then build Moby boots and either a Knight's Vow or Zeke's.
Okay.
Is that like the uh, depending on my ADC, or if we have an rapid auto attacking champion, I'll go Zeke's. I'll also just go Knight's Vow. Is that
Okay.
would that be the right thing to do, or
Well, okay, so the answer is actually a lot more plain than that. Um, it's what you need at the moment.
okay?
Okay, so right now you guys are ahead. Like you're much, much, much stronger than them. You need to be doing what when you get back to lane?
Warding
Right.
and then keeping up the pressure.
Yep, you're gonna ward and put pressure. So if you're gonna ward and put pressure, what does that mean? What does that look like?
Probably. Hmm.
I mean, here's the answer. What it looks like is you need to be able to quickly engage and put pressure. The way you're going to do that in this scenario is not this, because you don't even have the first tier or the quest done.
Yep.
So this isn't unlocked. It doesn't actually give you vision. So upgrading this is real useless right now because the stat bonuses you get from it really aren't even that good right
Mm-hmm.
now, right? However, if you did the whole movement speed thing where you get your Mobies and you can just run them down to create an engagement, then that lets you pick the fights that you want to pick. Now, if you use your trinket intelligently and pop the stacks that you've got in meaningful places, then it lets you completely zone them out because you know if they're junglers there,
Yep.
if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So in this situation, I would have went Mobies for sure. Plus, if you guys do get a kill on this, you can rotate. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can rotate to mid and put mid ahead. Well, mid is already ahead. You can put mid further ahead and create a monster.
Daddy, that's some more of the. I'm sort of a drink now.
You can have the rest.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And see, if you had Mobies, you might be a lot closer right now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't know. Never mind. I don't want to make that point. I'll take it back. Ult, right now. Ult, 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 ult. Ult again. Ult now. Ult. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I think that I underestimated the range of my ult.
I mean, like right here. Keep in mind, your goal is you have a Sivir that is 4 and 1, BF sword, is a monster, right? She is out of position. He is like way far away, can't prevent an engagement. If you throw your ult like right here, she's gonna try to back off as you come in. You'll hit her right there with the ult. He will throw a lantern and he will walk this way. You will then E to her, then stun her longer, and then you can ignite her. By the time she even clicks that lantern, she should be dead. And you don't lose all your health to the tower,
Mm-hmm.
which means that you may be able to turret dive Thresh if you had played it right. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, your ulti range is like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually more like that. It's huge. And that's even putting it here and having the circle like that. So don't save your ult, just throw it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just throw it quickly. Because it's and see now here, that's exactly what you want. He used the lantern. So if you ult now, he definitely cannot get away. So ult right there. You'll hit him, you'll slow that one, and then you can E in on the stun. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay, so I would not back here because you provide no presence for your ADC. And I know you have no health, but Thresh has no damage. And like if you were here right now, this dude would be dead.
Yep.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like if you were just sitting even right here, you could go in on this guy. Your shit, your explosion, your Q. She needs like one auto or two. Let's say two with a passive proc. That's two
Mhm.
autos, and he's dead. So she actually wins that easy. Oh shit! Oh, that was so close! Wow! Nice. Not even close. Do you know the auto attack reset trick on wards?
Uh, yeah, it's just forget to do it a lot.
Okay, so for those who may watch the video and don't, your Q is an auto attack reset. So you can auto, and right as that swing completes, you press Q for another auto, and then right as this swing completes, you just auto again. And you can actually 3-hit a ward before it even goes invisible. And if you're clearing wards, it's a good thing to do because it gets you, like, you're almost always out of position when you're clearing wards. It's just part of it, right? Is
Hmm.
you want to stay there as little as possible without support. So that's the way you can wipe out a ward instantly and be back to where you need to be, or go roam, whatever, right? Auto Q auto. Oh, they just kind of let you walk out of that one, huh? Ult, 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 ult. Did you see it?
Yep, I saw it.
Oh no! Back up. You're gonna get hooked under tower.
Yeah, I need to work on my skill shots.
Dad, do you know a
Mm-hmm.
way how to get these bricks?
You gotta spit a mush or shell down there, I think.
Oh, you have to spin a shell. That means I have to quit.
That was good. That was good. That was oh. Okay.
I need to quit.
You did. I'm not gonna pick that fight apart. You did everything pretty well. Okay. Got his flash for free.
Does the Shackle ult, if I have Zeke's on him, do the cloning the champ the real one get it before he
I think
passes?
they get the. I don't know to be 100% honest, but I know he gets the Zeke's um uh what's the word I'm looking for, symbol, like he has it, because that
Hmm.
was a big bug that they fixed with his clone, was that the clone wasn't getting like certain buff and debuff markers. Ult, ult.
No! Yes. I forgot the shells were. I forgot they break.
All right, so you see this ult going off, just immediately drop your ult. Try to hit as many of them as you can, but immediately drop your ult. You don't want to gap close in, though, because you're gap closing into 3, and she's not going to be able to follow you up on any kind of a damage. Right?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Plus, hell, she just flashed out, so her walking back in was a mistake because she can't afford to do that because he still has his gap closer up. So she walked into his circle of influence. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Good flash, though.
One more apple. No, no, no. I needed one more apple. I need
Okay.
that one so
What'd you screw up there?
bad.
For the fight,
No,
or
would you just in the last like 10 seconds you made a mistake. What is it?
um, I stopped my back
Nope.
when.
Has
Nope,
nothing to do with your back.
I didn't get a pink ward or control.
You still have a yellow trinket.
Yeah, that's something I know I need to work on. I
And
always
you,
forget
you
to
also have a
swap it out. Yep.
fully QoS completed sightstone. So the second you get this, that needs to go.
Yeah, that's an issue I know I have.
Okay. That's it's pretty low hanging fruit, and it's
Yeah.
something that you can work on easily. Okay, so right there, ult. Watch. You hit it right here. If you just ult her, he will go in and do a buttload of damage. And if you need to, you can just walk forward and then EQ like you tried to do.
Hmm.
Right? Don't get stuck in the concept that your shit is always EQ and then ult. Right? Like, this is guaranteed. Yes? Right? Because you're
Yep.
locking them into place, you're going to hit the ult. You can do Q into E into ult. You can do E into Q, which is the top one that I already wrote down. Right? But QE ult is useful from time to time.
Yeah.
Ult EQ. Like any of these can really be switched around in their order in any way, right?
Hmm.
Ideally, you want to save your E for last. Why?
Because if they flash, I can follow.
Yep. So get out of this concept that it's E to Q to ult, right? Like this is good, but it's not the only thing that she can do.
Daddy,
In fact,
Hmm.
the number one thing that I will tell you that you need to do is ult more.
Daddy, I need
Her
the.
her ult is on like a very, 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 very short cooldown. It's one of these
Hmm.
shortest cooldowns for what it does.
Yep. And then on top of that, I do have the 100 that lowers your ultimate cooldown.
Yeah, man. So drop it like it's hot all the time. She's just standing there. She thinks she's safe. Shaco's right there. Boom. Done. And you know what's even more messed up is he threw the box down underneath her feet. If you would have ulted, the box would have feared her this way. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's just dead. She's dead. She doesn't know she's dead, but she's totally dead.
He's gonna be dead.
Uh-oh. Okay. There you go. I was going to tell you to do that. Nice. I was going to tell you to do exactly what you did, which was guide all of them this way and then go back to their back line and run up the other way. You know, that was really good. Good job. Okay, so I wouldn't have necessarily gone after the Rift Herald there. Why?
I don't remember if they had the tower up or not.
So when you went to do that Rift Herald, well, I'll wait till I can see your mini map again. Okay. When you went to go do that Rift Herald, your Nasus was pushing like right here to get pressure on the tower, and
Mm-hmm.
your ADC or your minion wave was crashing here too. They had a couple dead, so they could only defend one tower or the other. And you could have taken an objective and then rotated to Baron, or not to Baron, to Rift.
Mm-hmm.
But in my mind, these are more important. The outer tier or the inner, I don't know, the middle tier is more important than a Rift Herald is. So
Mm-hmm.
prioritize them higher, go to Rift, get it on your way out, and you'll probably still get it. But because you guys didn't keep up the pressure, Nasus runs into a split where he can get engaged on, and then he 1v2s, he gets one, but he's dead, and you guys didn't convert that into a tower. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Because if it doesn't, I'll try to explain a little
You know
differently.
that makes perfect sense.
Because I mean, if you think about it, and you still haven't upgraded your trinket,
Yeah, I know.
if
It's every time I back, I'm just like, God damn it.
you get about to right here, and then you go, oh, because I've
Mm-hmm.
done that before. I mean, everybody's done it. I do it all the time, but it's something that I could fix too. Okay, ult. There you go. Got the ignite off. Think you may get him. Yep, you got him. No.
What?
Yeah, keep autoing there,
No,
dude.
what?
Yep.
Because you know you're dead anyway. You know? Go down swinging. Because I think if you go down swinging, you probably kill her there. Oh, man, that's rough. Good try, though. I'll tell you, I respect the hell out of
And
the
there it
try.
is. I missed it again.
Yep,
Nope.
he's going back. He's going to buy some pinks. And he didn't change up his trinket again. Okay. I'm just going to stop this here because I feel like we've covered enough that I don't want to overload you with more information, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, top three things that you can work on that are low hanging fruit. And keep in mind, whenever I give you these three things, it is my intention that you come back to me and we do this again.
Yep.
And I can say, okay, well, that's good. You know, they're really trying to shift me into this Epic Pen Pro. Anyway, the first thing is alt.
Yep.
Alt, 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 alt. Particularly with Leona. You are saving that way too much. Just don't be afraid to
Okay.
drop it, right? That is something that will make you instantly double or triple your effectiveness just shooting your ult. right? I knew a diamond player that used to coach like bronze and silvers, and he would say, "I don't care when your ult is up, right? You have 10 seconds from the point your ult is up, and you're within range of an enemy to use your ult, right?"
Hmm.
That sounds stupid, but yet
Makes sense.
people will get better much quicker if they try that versus anything else. Like, just go for it. Go hard with the ults. Okay, then two is pressure. Your like this is your musical your musical chairs, right? You had a whole bunch of spontaneous back offs. You had a whole bunch of like um, points at which you were running at the same time as your ADC was for a little while without trading some damage backwards, right?
Hmm.
And you generally gave up too much real estate without a fight. Don't be afraid to scrap, and don't forget your pressure, right? And then three, um, what was three? I had it. It isn't buy your trinket, though that's
Okay, I
easy.
was gonna say.
It's not. It wasn't that, though. That is easy to do, and that will help you.
Appointment is 4.
Um, no, it was. Uh, God bless. Well, I mean, yeah, I could do items in general. Um,
Hmm.
buy like as a support, you have limited income. You need to buy the things that are going to help you accomplish what you want right now, and that's like probably the most important thing you can do, right? And it doesn't
Uh-huh.
make a whole lot of sense to say that, but like you need to be able to just buy whatever it is you need without hesitation. You know. So, yeah, I don't know how to put that any better,
Dad, can you help me
but
get in that pipe?
Yeah, I do notice I do.
like the item you bought this time is like you bought the deal to that'll like improve your tankiness, but it's not even you haven't even completed your quest,
Yeah.
Dad, can you
it
help me get in the pipe?
so it didn't even really
So,
like pay
see,
off.
Mm.
why? Because I have a Yoshi
That's
over
what,
here.
like, normally it's
And
I'll
I
stay
need
at the
it
tier
because I
2
want to keep the small one.
and build boots in the first item, and then upgrade it to
Can't use
tier 3.
the Yoshi to get in the pipe. Because
Okay, hold on one
the
second.
Yoshi would
Yep.
get too big.
I'm playing Mario for my son because he wants me to use it to get in the pipe. I can't get in that pipe carrying the Yoshi, bud. I don't think you can get in that pipe while carrying the Yoshi.
Okay, it's fine.
Do you want to just keep going?
Yeah, I already got
All right.
that
Well, here,
feeling.
let me get
I
off
I went to this level to get the
this
third
thing.
coin
Okay,
too.
there you go.
I went to the level to get the third coin too.
Okay, I think that's super awesome, bud. Um, so
And I
anyway,
died.
items are a big part of it. You need to buy what's going to make you more effective in the moment. If you're
Yep.
behind, you may need to be more tanky. If you're way ahead and you need to create an engagement at all costs, movement speed is great. Or just whatever. Maybe damage sometimes is good. It
Hmm.
just depends on like identify what you need and itemize accordingly, right?
Hmm.
Like some of your choice in that game didn't make a lot of sense, but anyway, um, and then like small mechanical things, right? Like auto Q auto.
Yep.
Uh,
I just forget to
this
do it
this
sometimes.
can be done on champions when they don't have flash, and
Hmm.
you get an extra like butt ton of damage on them. Like you'll increase your burst substantially with Leona. And whenever I say when they don't have flash, you can't cheat this extra auto because they'll flash away from you, right? So you can
Hmm.
E and it roots them until you get there. And if they don't have flash, you E and then you auto, Q, auto, and they don't really make any significant progress away from you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you do like 2 additional auto attacks worth of damage. So it's another like I don't know 140 damage. That's
Yep.
pretty meaningful when they have like 900 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, ult, musical chairs, presence, like be ready to go in, be ready to do it, and don't hesitate on your ult and items. Oh yeah, don't run at the same time as your ADC. That's part of this,
Okay.
right? Other than that, if you fix those things about your game and just those things about your game,
Mm-hmm.
I think you will see a pretty significant increase in the amount of your lane pressure in like absolutely no time. All right, we can talk about all the macro things. Right now in silver, macro doesn't win you games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it could, but nobody has good macros. So things just happen and you kind of
Dad,
have to
how
roll
many
with
did
that
you
and
fight?
you have to play it the best you can. You made like the positive things that you really did
Dad,
were like you leveled your abilities really fast upon. Do you have a hotkey and you're using it, I assume?
Yeah, my mouse has three finger buttons and the full number pad on the side.
Nice.
So,
So, yeah, I noticed that you were leveling your abilities really fast. You fought team fights very well, right? Except with
mhm.
the exception of you saved your ult too long. But like that one where you went out this way, ran, and then E'd back in to try to escape out the other side. That is exactly what I was going to tell you to do. So that was really well played. It's literally just you could play the lane. You're playing like gentle Leona.
Mhm.
And Leona is not gentle. Leona is tanky. She's difficult. She's in your face. And she is high pressure. Okay? So that needs
Daddy,
to be you. And if
can
you're
we
not doing
Mhm.
those things, you're not playing Leona.
Mario, Mario,
What about Mario?
the Mario video?
What, this one? That's Kirby, dude.
No, that one.
This one.
No, not that one.
This one.
Yeah,
Oh, the perfect speed run
yeah,
of Mario Brothers.
yeah,
You want to watch that?
yeah.
Okay, we'll watch that. Anyway, uh, so all right, hit me up again in a couple of weeks. Did this feel? Do you feel like this helped you?
Oh yeah, like Ponderous gave me coaching before,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually have a notebook full of the notes I took.
Because I mean,
It's a lot of this.
I'll tell you this. To be honest, I felt like this was one of my weaker coaching sessions, mostly just because I'm tired. But
Yeah.
I still saw those things that you could particularly improve on, and
Mhm.
we'll do more later. But
Yeah,
I don't feel like you got me at my best. But that being said,
that's fine.
do you have any questions or anything like that for me?
Not really.
Okay.
Um, just other than like playing, what's a good way I can practice my landing my E?
Landing your E.
Yeah, because I
Um,
noticed like I do miss it a lot.
are you quick casting?
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually good, right? However, you probably also need to have a button for normal cast, right?
Hmm.
So here's an example. I'll see if I can find it again. But there was a point where like Thresh walked up to you while you were in this bush, and you missed that
Yeah.
E on him like point blank while you were in the bush.
Uh huh.
And if you were, it may be right here, but like
I know.
if you sat in the bush, you can. I have control plus any of the buttons as set up to be my normal cast because it's an uncomfortable button combo to reach with your hand, right?
Uh huh.
So I use it very seldomly, but in this situation, I would hit Control and E, and then my cursor would just kind of be out here, and I could float it and aim it, right? And so I
Hmm.
could just kind of, as he approached, I could just kind of like drag it on the path and then click and fire. That will actually increase your accuracy. Uh,
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, but I'm also not suggesting that you use normal cast for any scenario other than that
Yeah.
because it's bad.
Hmm.
Like, I don't think that that's a good choice for pretty
Dad,
much any other
Daddy,
scenario.
this is an
Yep.
easier way to do it. It's to just run.
Oh yeah? Oh, there you go. Good job.
See, it's an easier way.
Okay, you're right. That is easier. So, if
I'm
you
running around the. I can run up a wall.
yeah, you sure can. That's crazy. Better get out before the timer runs out, bud. So yeah, that is about the only time I'd recommend doing that. Do you know the ward trick, by the way? I didn't look to see if you smart casted your wards.
I do.
Okay, don't.
Don't.
D-
Yeah.
yeah, dumb cast your wards. And when I say that, this is why. If your cursor, if you use the old cursor in particular, it looks like a little. It looks kind of like um
A finger.
like this, and it has like a crosshair in it, like that or something, right? Like a hand that's like cupping something. It's a horrible drawing, right? But if you're out here in the ground, it will turn your cursor will be yellow, and if you're in a bush, the cursor will turn green.
Hmm. And that's just in the settings.
It's the old mouse. I don't know if the new one has it. I would imagine it does, because I can't imagine them just deleting that for fun. But
Hmm.
that way you can edge a bush and get more vision.
Yeah.
Versus like if you drop it right here, you'll get way less.
Hmm.
Right? So super useful for dropping in bushes. Because like a lot of times people drop one right here and be like, oh, that's in the bush, but it's not. But if
Hmm.
you have the edge deal, that'll come up yellow, and right here will come up green, or right here, right? So,
When when I have my pink or control word, I usually click it, like actually click the item,
uh huh.
which brings up like a little crosshair, and then that will change color if I'm in a bush or not.
Yeah. So, I the way I do it is whenever I play, my boots are always in slot one, and my wards are always here. My pink wards are always here. My activatable item, my primary activatable item, the one I want to use the most, is here. My secondary activatable item is here, right?
Hmm.
And
So,
then, yeah. So these, here, let me try this again. I'm going to delete some of this
Daddy,
stuff. But the
you
ones that you will see in red, those are all smart casts,
hmm.
and these are not.
Okay. So then, would it be a good idea to make a custom item set and just have it so the items I want will always can drop in the same spot automatically?
I don't think you can do that. It's just your purchase order, and then you have to drag them.
No, my I did that for Tarek, and whenever I buy my
You can.
potions, they
That's
always.
news to me. I didn't know you could actually set it to where they pop into a certain hole.
Yep,
Huh.
pretty sure that's pretty recent.
Oh, maybe I missed that patch. Well, yeah, that's super cool if you can do that. So do that. Because yeah,
Okay.
I always end up moving this, this down to here whenever I finalize it. Because keep in mind, before it becomes a ward machine, if it upgrades, it'll go right back to the nearest empty slot. Like if you upgrade it.
Hmm.
So yeah, wait till you get it towards actually making wards and then move it to one of your ward slots. But I always put my pinks in 5 and my wards in 6, and then I my trinket is T, but I also turn T off of SmartCast. It will not SmartCast because I want my ward to.
Broadcast, yeah.
So I can use the bush indicator. Okay, that's
Yep.
pretty much
All right.
it. Good luck, and
Thank you.
when you use those things, let me know how that goes for you, and if there's anything else that I can do, I am happy to help. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right, no problem, man. Good luck.
Thanks.